We examine all the recommendations that have been put forward previously by fiscal responsibility oversight committees, the IMF, the Ministry of Finance, and we look at our own recommendation and concluded that the Fiscal Responsibility Act is in urgent need of reform.
That was Mrs. Laurel Bain, chairperson of the Fiscal Responsibility Oversight Committee, FROC, which was established under the Fiscal Responsibility Act of 2015 with the mandate to monitor and report to the House of Representatives on government's compliance with the provisions of the Act. The FRA, together with the Public Finance Management Act 2015 and the Debt Management Act 2015, are intended to ensure fiscal discipline, transparency in government financial transactions, accountability in government operations, and fiscal and debt sustainability. Mrs. Bain said the FROC encountered difficulties when attempting to apply the rules as stated in the Act to include covered entities.
It was difficult because of the lack of data on the covered entity, and this is a gap that makes strict compliance with the Fiscal Responsibility Act difficult to implement and to monitor.
Mrs. Bain, who is a retiree from the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, said there is also a lack of comprehensive data to make monitoring and implementation possible, and outlined the FROC's recommendations.
We look at the binding rules, the growth in real expenditure of 2%, the wage bill of 9%, and we indicated in general, based on the principles we put forward for fiscal rules and targets, that they should be simple, flexible, easy to monitor. We think that these fiscal rules and targets should be eliminated, and there should be simple fiscal rules and targets such as a fiscal balance and your debt to GDP ratio. So we indicated that what is an indicator of the government ability or whether it accumulates debt is the overall balance. And hence we indicated that an overall balance could be a good indicator along with the total public sector debt.
She also had this advice for the government.
We indicated that if there are any expenditure rules, they should be limited to central government. Public enterprises and statutory bodies should be examined based on the Public Finance Management Act, which has comprehensive clauses for the monitoring of public enterprises. We also indicated that the government should prepare properly designed medium-term framework with ceilings for revenue, expenditure, primary balances, which will guide the government in achieving its debt to GDP ratio and other fiscal targets.
Mrs. Bain announced these and other recommendations while presenting the annual FROC report for the 2022